The markets are sending signals again. Some are loud, some are subtle. But when you connect all of them together, a clear picture starts to form. A picture most investors never bother to see until it's too late. Today, we're going to decode those signals. Not the headlines, not the hype, the truth behind what the market is quietly preparing for. Because right now, the market is behaving in a very specific way. A way it only behaves before major transitions that create massive opportunity for those who recognize them early, and painful losses for those who ignore the warnings. Most investors move through the market like tourists, looking only at what's directly in front of them. But real investors, long-term builders, they pay attention to the patterns forming beneath the surface. They listen to the tone of the market, not the noise. Imagine walking through a silent desert. It's peaceful, still, nothing seems dangerous. And then a faint rattle, a rattlesnake. It's not shouting, it's not attacking, but it's warning you. Pay attention, something is shifting. The market is rattling its tail right now. Softly, but unmistakably, one of the first and clearest warnings comes from crypto. Bitcoin has pulled back hard from its highs. Ethereum has followed with even deeper weakness, and smaller altcoins are falling like dominoes. 40, 50, 60% in quick succession. Crypto doesn't behave like this without a reason. Crypto is the heartbeat of market sentiment. It reacts faster than stocks. It absorbs fear before Wall Street does. It mirrors liquidity changes instantly, and it often predicts what will happen in equities weeks in advance. When crypto crashes violently, it rarely stays contained inside the crypto world. It leaks into other markets, into risk appetite, into volatility, into investor psychology. Right now, crypto is telling us one simple message. Volatility is coming back. But the crypto weakness is just the first tremor. Next, small cap stocks, the true reflection of the real economy, are breaking down. Small caps are sensitive. They feel every interest rate change, every shift in consumer spending, every tightening of credit. When they weaken as a group, it means the pressure under the surface is building. Small caps don't fall without context. They fall because borrowing becomes harder, because customers pull back, because confidence softens, because the real economy slows before the headlines admit it. And historically, when small caps fall first, large caps follow later, sometimes suddenly. This doesn't mean you panic, but it absolutely means you pay attention. Because early warnings are only useful to those who actually listen. Another major signal comes from the market's most beloved stocks, the powerful momentum names that usually move with strength. These companies rarely fall quietly. They usually resist fear. They usually attract buyers, even on red days. But lately, several of these fan-favorite stocks have dropped 15, 20, even 30%. And they're doing it together. That's not a coincidence. That's a sentiment shift. But the deeper story, the story almost no one talks about, is happening inside the world's largest tech companies, the giants driving artificial intelligence. These companies are now spending unbelievable amounts of money on infrastructure that didn't exist 10 years ago. AI chips, cooling towers robotics, networking hardware, data centers the size of football stadiums, rows of supercomputers running day and night, massive electrical system to power everything. This isn't optional spending. AI demands it. AI growth requires it. And each generation of chips becomes more expensive, more energy intensive, and more complex to maintain. Every advanced AI chip costs tens of thousands of dollars, and large companies need thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, all running simultaneously. But the part many investors miss is this: these chips become outdated fast, and they must be replaced again and again. This creates a cycle of enormous capital spending, a cycle Wall Street is still underestimating. And here's where things get serious. All of that hardware must be depreciated over several years. Depreciation doesn't cost cash today, but it crushes reported earnings. Earnings matter more than revenue. Earnings determine stock prices. Earnings drive valuations. Earnings influence institutional flows. So when depreciation rises, reported earnings fall. And when earnings fall, price targets fall. And when price targets fall, the biggest funds in the world reposition. This pressure is building across the entire tech sector. For decades, tech was beautiful because it was asset light. A handful of servers and brilliant software could generate billions in profit, but AI changed the game. Tech is becoming asset heavy, more like industrial companies than digital ones. Asset heavy companies deal with maintenance, physical decay, rising energy costs, replacement cycles, supply chain risk, financing risk. Profit margins shrink, cash flow becomes more volatile. The cost of staying competitive rises. And then comes the final layer of pressure: debt. To fund their massive AI expansion, companies are borrowing more, and interest rates remain high. High rates mean debt is expensive. Expensive debt eats into earnings. Lower earnings reduce investment budgets. Reduced investment slows innovation. Slow innovation slows long-term growth. This is the first time in decades that the strongest companies in the world are feeling simultaneous pressure from spending, depreciation, and debt. This is not a collapse story. This is a shift, a structural long-term market shift that most investors haven't noticed yet. But the signals are getting harder to ignore. Now let's talk about the risk no one wants to say out loud. What happens if the growth slows down? Just a little. Not a recession. Not a crisis. Just growth that doesn't meet expectations. Wall Street is projecting huge revenue increases for 2026 and 2027. These optimistic forecasts justify today's high valuations, but if actual numbers come in even slightly below expectations, the market reacts fast, and the reaction is not gentle. Some companies could drop 20%, some 30%, some 40%, especially the high-growth names priced for perfection. Meanwhile, the real economy is quietly flashing its own warnings. One of the strongest signals is housing. Foreclosures are rising. Mortgage rates are stuck at high levels. Builders are slowing projects. Construction is cooling down. New home sales are softening. Housing is not just another sector. Housing is the backbone of the American economy. When housing slows, the rest of the economy usually slows behind it. With a delay of 6 to 12 months, consumers start spending less. Companies slow hiring. Small businesses feel pressure. Credit tightens. Margins compress. And economic momentum cools down. At first it's subtle, barely noticeable. Then one day, it becomes obvious. Add in political tension, higher tariffs, regulation shifts, persistent inflation, and government deficits. And you get an environment where interest rates may stay high longer than expected. High rates slow growth. They slow borrowing. They slow investment. They slow risk-taking. They slow markets. So the real question becomes, what should investors do? And the answer is simple. You do not panic. You do not run. You do not let fear make your decisions. Corrections are normal. Corrections create opportunity. Corrections are where long-term wealth is built. If you focus on companies with real value, real demand, real cash flow, and real long-term potential, you stay ahead of the crowd. Artificial intelligence is not disappearing. Cloud computing is not disappearing. Semiconductors are not disappearing. Innovation is not disappearing. Strong companies survive volatility. Strong companies grow through volatility. Strong companies reward patient investors. So stay disciplined. Invest consistently. Ignore the noise. Focus on long-term trends that actually matter. And before you go, if this video helped you understand the market more clearly, consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps this community grow and brings more investors into the conversation. Stay smart, stay focused, stay invested,